everybody seems to be panicking about this. The first thing I want to say is you can still kill your child. Okay? Like, it's not illegal to murder your baby. And I'm going to point out several states where abortion remains legal. Alaska, Colorado, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, California, Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Hawaii, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Vermont, Washington.
So let's say at least, if not a quarter, at least a third of the states in the U.S. you still can.
Yeah, you can just travel. I mean, it's a little bit of an inconvenience.
But that's a big sting, too. They think they have the right to do it wherever they want, But I think I'm on board with, states making the decision. I'm okay with it.
That's the other thing that people seem to have confused, because I'm with you. I'm all right with that. People seem to think that just because the Supreme Court, shot down Roe v. Wade, they overturned Roe v. Wade, right? Yeah. Just because of that, people seem to think that abortion is now illegal. But the Supreme Court doesn't have the power to do that, and all they did was just transfer the power of abortion laws. They just gave that power back to the states, right?
Well, and the states already had that decision before, if they wanted to, I think.
So what exactly was this ruling?
The state could still tell people not to have an abortion clinic there. I'm assuming they could. I'm guessing there's states probably where they weren't before, right?
Right. Oh my God, was that a firework? We're doing. They're shooting at us.
Man down.
Oh, abortion laws, they're shooting at us already.
Popping shots.
There's that girl with the hook nose, the bull nose ring out there shooting at us.
She heard us talking about her.
Hey, so here's what I want to say about this whole abortion thing. And this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you about this. Because I feel kind of dumb saying this. But for the majority of my life, and I was actually telling Mel this earlier this week. For the majority of my life, I have literally not given a damn. If you kill your kid, if you kill your baby, or if you leave it alive. I haven't given a damn either way about abortion. Yeah, if women, my body, my choice, bull crap, I'm like, whatever, kill it. But that, I don't know. Does that make me a bad person that I just didn't really care? But now
I was kind of on the same board. I mean, I'll talk about it. Obviously, I still have my opinions versus some things, but on the most part, I didn't really care.
Yeah, I haven't, and I almost still don't give a damn. But I feel like I should. I don't know. I feel like I should try to at least lean one way or the other, right? And in this situation, it's fairly simple to think. It is. I think
there's a big decision to make there for sure. There's definitely situations where you should be able for it to happen, I guess. But if it's because you decided to get pregnant and just decided you didn't want it,
yeah,
that's a whole different situation. You made that choice beforehand, I guess. There's other ways for that not to happen. But being raped and stuff like that, I get not wanting to keep that. Why would you? That's messed up. But they didn't take that away either. Even in the state we're in, they're against it, right? But if it deems the woman medically necessary, if it's inflicting her life, they can still terminate the baby. And if it's rape, they still can terminate the baby. Right. So now it's just they're taking away. I think the big issue is too, I think there's something to do with some of the medical stuff they had women had access to, which is probably going to take some of that away maybe. I think I don't know enough about it, but I've listened to some of the stuff, and I think that's some of the stuff they're fighting for too, why they want, because Roe versus Wade put these certain things in place, and now that it's gone, they can take some certain medical things away, I think, or off the board, that won't get covered by the state and stuff. It's not, it's probably not free or cheap stuff anymore. Or I know there's companies too I seen are paying employees to get them.
What?
Like, they were willing to pay to get abortions because they didn't want to lose those employees to having babies and going home and staying home.
Jesus.
There's a thing, if you look it up,
dark.
it's a big companies are doing that. They were purposely like giving the option, like they were covering the cost
Of the abortion.
to get the abortion so you stay at work.
Yeah, well, because these people want, like, what, 8 months off or 6 months or whatever off when they have the baby. And
some people
that's
don't come
dark.
back, and maybe they were really good work. You know, they're worried about losing their workers.
That's crazy. I didn't know anything about that.
Them spending that money is cheaper than them having to like do all the other, bull crap.
Yeah. So is it right? Like, from a moral standpoint, and I still don't even, this is how little I gave a damn about abortion up till this point.
I think they need to make adoption process easier for people that want to have kids, because there's a lot of people out there that like want to have the baby, but they can't afford to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much upfront cost to like go out and to adopt. It's like, well, why is that a thing? Like, there's families out there willing to like take this child in their home and try to raise it and give it a better life. It's like I get like you don't want just some rando coming up and like taking children, but like obviously there's a process there to go through to like see who's taking these kids and who's not.
Right.
But
that's true.
Maybe make it easier.
Yeah, because it can cost you like thousands of dollars to freely take a kid, right? Like, you want to have a child in your home, you and your wife, and it might cost, you might have to go into debt just to get the damn kid or the child.
If not, at least they should do it for people that like, there's some women, they want to have a kid but aren't able to have the child.
Yeah.
So they want to adopt.
Right.
Well, why is there not an easier process for them to take somebody's kid if they don't want it?
Yeah.
Like, they shouldn't even have to pay for it. Because, like, I mean, they're willing to take something that the country or state would have to take care of anyways if and that's the thing too, people forget, like, nobody's saying they can't still like give their kid up if they don't want it.
Well, is the issue that the women just don't want to go through 8 months or whatever, 9 months of hell, like, to have the damn thing?
But if you're going out to the bar every night and getting pregnant every I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's not on the guy either, but you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah,
close your legs, or like,
that was gonna be my next
take
statement.
care of your shit then.
Yeah,
like,
people are
don't
gonna
have a baby.
People are gonna have to be less hoish, you know,
for sure.
And that's weird because I think that's the biggest thing that everybody's complaining about. The whole my body, my choice thing. Like, you're killing like, what point does it have a heartbeat? Do you know that? It's like,
I don't know how many weeks.
So it's like 8 weeks or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like, I think it's murder. Like, but it's a weird kind of murder. You know, it's so strange because we're so.
It's like taking an egg and eating it.
Yeah, we eat eggs. You know, like chicken eggs
an
and
unborn
stuff.
Fetus,
yeah, we like. There's people over in like different countries. They take. You ever seen? They take those like octopus or whatever, and they eat the things alive. And it's like we kill things all the time, and we murder so many different things. But it's like this tiny little egg, like in a woman's body. Like, I understand what people are saying, the potential for it to be a human, and it's so wrong. Like, you did this, you had sex, and you created this thing, and now it's growing. You can't just terminate it. It could be a wonderful human being. Like,
that could have been the next best president of the United States.
Could have been the next Joe Biden, the most illustrious president that we've ever seen. Like, you are gonna take that from us. You gotta take. Hey, come on! You can't argue that. I wanted to read, first of all, so everybody's clear on what Roe v. Wade was. It was a legal case, and this is a short introduction. It's a legal case in which the United States Supreme Court on January 22nd, 1973 ruled that unduly restrictive state regulation of abortion is unconstitutional. In a majority opinion written by Justice Harry A. Blackmun, the court held that a set of Texas statutes criminalizing abortion in most instances violated a woman's constitutional right of privacy, which is found to be implicit in the liberty guarantee of due process clause of the 14th Amendment, which states, "Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty or property without due process of law. So essentially, that's what it was.
It was overturned, yeah.
And it got overturned, in 2022.
You know what's funny, when that law was put in place also, I heard this, but when Roe versus Wade went through, because a lot of women are saying, like, we can't let be judged by men, but when Roe versus Wade went through, there was nothing but men on the Supreme Court. And now when it got overturned, there are women on the Supreme Court. So
that's true.
I'm just saying, like,
this says
think about that.
This says 7 to, I don't know how many Supreme Court justices there are. So I don't know.
Yeah, you have majority rules, right?
Right, but what if, like, do we know if the majority that ruled was all men and
I'm sure
it was like 3 women?
But
I know.
still.
I already know there was one woman that did vote for it. I already know that much. I can't remember which state she's from, but I'm 90% positive, 99% positive there was a, because they were trash talking her online, saying this.
So
woman,
she voted to overturn.
She voted to overturn it. Yeah.
So that's funny.
It is funny
in a way, because I mean, it's obviously I've noticed, like, on social media versus like this, like when I look through the things and like read it and see what people are typing, and it's almost like men versus women too in this situation. You see it on social media. It's always, it's most of the women are saying, like, my body, my choice. I get it, but then the guys are like, you're taking a baby's life. And like, that's the way it looks on there. That's how it always looks now when I see it. It's always like, now it's like men battling the women over the idea, of taking this baby out.
Yeah, and I see every side of it, because it's the men that are going, you're taking a baby's life.
You know what's funny? You would think more men would be like, yeah, this is bad.
I know, because men like to be hoes, and men want women to be promiscuous, and they want them to, come on, just stop being so prude. Let us do stuff, like, let's get crazy. So women are now to the point, and this is a lot of men's fault. We've pushed this, like this behavior from women, like through our own like standards and stuff to a certain extent. So now women are just like, a lot of women are just straight up hoes nowadays, and now we're looking at the consequences of that. We're going, hold up, wait a minute. I want my kids, I want my family. She's like, no. I want you, your friend, the guy at the bar, those other 2 dudes, and I don't want none of your damn kids. I just want to have fun, like you guys have been doing for years.
I definitely think there should be, and don't get me wrong, I don't know if it's in place either, but like women that go out there and keep having kids, like, why should the state or the government keep giving you money for more kids? Like, maybe you should have stopped at number 6, and now you have 10.
Are they getting? Are they getting?
I'm not saying there's
money?
that many people, but there are people that have that kind of many kids.
Are those women getting that much money per kid? That's what I've always wondered. Like, is it worth it? Is it offsetting the cost of having that child?
But then then think about it. Then they don't, like, a lot of them don't have to work. They're getting free money for welfare, and they get all on these government programs. It's going to pay for everything.
And the baby daddy's got to pay.
Yeah, he's got to pay if he's not in there.
All 15 of them.
I mean, she's got to be rolling in some dough.
That's true. And some of them actually are.
You would think.
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand. I've seen a woman complain at a store trying to use her EBD card because it wasn't working. And she's like, there's supposed to be money on there. And it's at like a store where she's like trying to spend like $20. And then she leaves the store and gets in this $60,000 SUV that doesn't even have plates on it yet. It's like, how'd you afford this car? Like, I can't even buy one of those.
Yeah, but those baby daddies can. The government can.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. It's just crazy. Like, you see this, like, stuff like that, and she's not, like, dressing like she's, like, needing help either. Like, she's taking care of herself. She's getting all the makeup she needs. She's getting the shoes she wants. She's getting the vehicle she needs, And a lot of that's coming. I'm not saying she didn't work either. I don't know.
Right.
But I know for a fact there are cases where that is the thing. There are people not working, and they're living off the free money. So I've had friends whose moms and stuff, like, growing up were like that.
Right.
So
I've seen people like that.
I know it's out there.
I know one family for sure like that, because when I was younger, my older brother dated a sister in that family, and it was wild to watch that family, the way they operated. Just using the system kind of, and like this the one girl was super young and just started having kids like crazy early, and she was just, it was weird to watch.
Well, and they know how to work the system. They see how to do it. It's happening, obviously, and I guess props to them. But like for working the system and figuring it out, like whatever, they made it. The government did it. It's their own fault.
True.
But like if you're capable of working, why are they not? Or our job, whatever, is so low, like nobody wants to work and this and that, right?
Yeah.
So
if what you're saying is true, which it is, like, isn't that an argument to keep abortion? Because if we take abortion out, we say abortion is now illegal. Those women can, like, now we're going to add more of those kind of women to the system, right? Because they're going to be like, you know what? F this. I'm not giving up my hoeing. And if you guys are going to force me to not be able to have my abortion anymore, I'm just going to have the kids, and you're all going to pay for this. All you men, the governmental system, everything. We're just going to feed right into that.
Medicare, right? All the medical assistance that's provided. I mean, there's so much money that goes into that.
So
and people don't understand. Like, and then you wonder why things cost the way. It's like, well, there's a lot of people not paying for anything they're doing.
True.
There's always like help or somebody else taking care of. Somebody else is flipping the bill, and who's flipping the bill is the taxpayers.
Right. And the middle class. It's the people that are actually out there.
The middle class eventually will be obsolete. There won't be.
If they're not already.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't we all poor? if you're not Bill Gates or freaking like.
Well, I mean, compared to other countries, I'd say we're all doing pretty well.
Yeah, we're still doing great compared to other countries, but internally, like if we just look at the United States and we judge, like there's rich, and then especially these last couple of years, it's rich and then it's poor. You're not doing too hot. So what's at the end of this discussion, is it good or is it bad to have an abortion in your opinion? I'm thinking,
like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm torn on it still. Like, I don't really have an answer for that because I definitely think there are situations where you should be able to. Like I said, that you can still do, they say, but maybe if you can prove like you were raped and this and that. But if you're just, and I guess I get like some people, they made a mistake and they want to take care of it. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say because I'd be like, if I was a young kid and like, I don't know, I got somebody pregnant and I was the guy, like, would I be against it if she decided to get rid of it and like, I could go on with my life and like live a better life because of it? Like, am I going to say no? Probably not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great way of answering that question. And because really there's not a great answer to that question. Like, it's not just a simple yes or no, I think abortion should be legal or illegal, because there's so many different ways that people come into being pregnant, and so many different, like, we're human beings, people screw up. Sometimes really good people just make a mistake. Sometimes really bad people just make a mistake. Like, sometimes that child probably shouldn't be born because you're just going to now be a burden to this system. But also you're killing it's such an intense topic. And I, for the life of me, still don't have, like you said, I still almost just don't give a damn.
I'm also not a people person. So like, to ask me what, like, in my situation, like, I think there's enough people around. Like, I'm not saying like go kill all these babies, but like,
not according to Elon Musk, bro. We need the planet, he says, can sustain if we double the population.
But most people that are like keeping babies that are all about just the babies, are like super into like children and like life. Like, I get it, but I don't know. I'm just not into that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
I think maybe it'll be a good reality check for a lot of people that we need to be less hoish. If nothing else great comes from this, I think maybe a few more people will be a little more careful for a while until, I don't know, till this this gets overturned again or some bull crap, you know. But like I said at the beginning of the video, you can still murder your child, okay? You can still go to several of these states.
What? I gotta drive
kill
somewhere.
Your kid, yeah. So
that's terrible.
I know it's incomprehensible that you'd have to cross state lines, and here it's legal for you to kill this baby, and over there it's not. So it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but listen, you're going to be okay, all right?
You know what? I want a Universal Studios in every state because I don't want to have to drive to go to one.
I want Disney World in every state because this is incomprehensible that I've got to drive over there, okay? Or I got to fly, God forbid. You know how much this is going to cost me?
You should build one right here, right now.
Yeah. We all don't have the same amount of money. So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't really have one.
It's a touchy subject for sure.
Yeah, we politically answered the question, do we believe in abortion? And before we go, I saw a video earlier today. This guy was in, I believe, New York City, and he was walking around asking everybody, do you believe in my body, my choice? Do you support my body, my choice? He's kind of doing like this trick question thing on these people. And he'd walk up, do you believe in my body, my choice? And they're like, yes, hell yes, of course I do. Then he'd be like, do you believe in mask mandates or vaccine mandates? They'd be like, yeah. He's like, what about my body, my choice? It's my body. I can choose not to take a vaccine, right? And they're like, everybody get pissed at him, or they'd like tell him, get out of here. You're trying to trick us with this answer. But he's right. You know, if you believe in my body, my choice, you have to believe in my body, my choice
all the
with
way.
Everything. Yeah, you can't pick and choose, because when it comes to the vaccine mandates that all of these those my body, my choice people in those states were also in support of, no, it's your body, it's our choice. You know, you're going to take the jab.
Because you're putting my life at risk.
Right. So those kind of people, and they didn't have an answer for him when he was like, do you believe in the vaccine mandates? You know, and then when he tied it into the whole my body, my choice thing and how hypocritical it was, what they were saying, you know, nobody had an answer. And that's because you're wrong. You're a hypocrite. You know?
Can't answer. That's why they get mad.
Yeah, you can't answer that question. So you got to pick and choose. You have to I don't know. You have to come at things objectively, right? So the abortion thing, you need to come at it from an objective standpoint. You can't just, from vaccine stuff, you have to come at that stuff. You can't just say, like when I asked you the question, do you believe in it or not? You didn't just say yes or no, which is how things should be. There's what's the word? There's going to be variations.
You got to look at everything both sides.
Right. There's variations to every situation, and you have to look at them like that. You know, you can't just blanket everybody in one thing and say, you're not allowed to get an abortion. I don't care if you got raped by 15 men. Or you can't just blanket everybody and say, you all have to have this vaccination. You can't look at problems like that. You have to.
That's where you become like a communist country.
Right.
Because your government is now running everything in your life.
Exactly.
That's why America is what America is. And America, all this stuff, and people want things, but you realize you're going to lose these rights that you're fighting for. It just doesn't make sense half the time. Things that happen anymore are just crazy.
It's because people don't really take the time to think about stuff before they get upset or whatever else. It's just, I don't know. People are pissed off about things. They really have no idea the entire situation because people chase headlines. You know, they don't actually dig into stories or what's actually going on. They just read a headline and they believe it. That's the society that we live in now.
I've seen celebrities now are starting to say, they're going to leave the country again.
Good.
It's good. Well, go then. Leave. Prove your point then.
Yeah, stop.
Don't act like you're I want to see you go live in these other countries. That's so much great. And what country are you going to pick? You're going to go pick one of these small countries that nobody. You're going to go to what would be Iceland or Norway,
Fiji,
or something like that.
Somewhere ridiculous.
Because they got money to go. Because they can. But some of these other countries, you say this, but most countries aren't any better. You act like the U.S. is such a bad place. It's do you realize how good? People don't realize how good they have it here.
Yeah, I think it's a perspective thing.
That's why I want people to go.
Right.
To see.
But it's because they have that luxury to complain and whine and cry like that, because they have so much free time and so many freedoms and so much money and so many liberties and this. They have so many options. They have the ability to, let's go over to Ukraine.
They think they're above it.
Yeah, let's go to Ukraine and Iraq or Afghanistan or any of these other, like some places in Africa, and just ask these people like how much they care about gender laws or how much they care about like mask mandates and stuff. Like those people have so much bigger problems, you know? So they don't have the time to freaking screw around with such piddly like nonsense that we have to listen to this bullcrap, like with celebrities and stuff. News. Yeah, this is the news. Like Prince Harry, like in America, we're talking about this crap. Like, come on.
He's a prince and a princess are on TV crying to Oprah about how hard their life is.
Yeah, these are our problems.
How about you bring on some like real people in this world that like have some real problems?
Yeah, man. It's
like, and people have to deal with that stuff on a day to day. It's like, oh no. But we're still rich and, like, our lives are still okay, really. It's just, like, we can't be a prince and a princess anymore.
Yeah, it's
We have to use our real names? Man.
We're going to have to get money through, like, donors and, like, sponsors. What? We got to do a TV show.
I'm not going to get jewels, and I'm not going to maybe be the king of England one day.
I don't have unlimited power over millions of people. This is crazy. This is so unfair.
This is how I see it in my head, I guess. It's like, man, yeah, your life's rough, dog. You're having a hard time.
Did you see that show, The Royals? It's about the royal family.
Is it a comedy though?
Kind of, but not really.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's a solid show. It's a good show to go watch, to look into the lives of like royal families like that. It's out of control. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's there.
This is so unfair. You keep calling me a man and I identify as a woman. My feelings are hurt. It's like, come on.
Stop using gendered language. You remember that dude in that little conference, that Democratic conference those people were having? I'm sensitive to noise. Please air clap. Like,
you're going to kill yourself over something like that? Like, what about like I get why like the Japanese and Chinese kids are, they're like going to school nonstop and their brain is just flipping racked. They're just like, they can't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
They're like, like, they lose their stuff, you know, but I suppose.
It's a crazy world we're living in. Sorry about the mic.
But yeah, you're right. The whole abortion thing for sure it's a touchy subject. For sure.
Yeah, there's not really a great answer, but there's a great way to lean. Leaning towards not killing the children is where I would say I'm at, you know, but it's touchy.
You look at your options before you're just like killing the kid.
Yeah, do that, okay? We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Cue the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the music has been cued. The Skeeth has spoken. There's nothing more I can do.
Peace.
BTG Squad. Peace.
Out.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.